part A, we're going to factor 9x squared minus 1. This polynomial has only two terms. Notice that 9x squared is a perfect square. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. Similarly, 1 is also a perfect square. 1 times 1 is 1. Also notice that the operation between the two terms is subtraction. Factoring the difference of two squares is a special case of factoring. The difference of two squares factors into the sum and difference of the values that were squared. Write down the two sets of parentheses as usual. The first terms in the parentheses are the values that produce 9x squared when squared, 3x. The second terms are the value that produces 1 when squared, 1. One factor is the sum, and the other factor is the difference. 9x squared minus 1 factors into 3x plus 1 times 3x minus 1. Let's try part B, 4x squared minus 49. Notice that this is the difference of two perfect square terms. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 7 times 7 is 49. To factor the difference of two squares, write the product of the sum and difference of these terms. The factored expression is 2x plus 7 and 2x minus 7. Now let's try part C, x to the 8th minus 1. It may be difficult to recognize, but x to the 8th is a perfect square. By the exponent rules, x to the 4th times x to the 4th is x to the 4 plus 4, or x to the 8th. So x to the 8th is a perfect square because it is x to the 4th times x to the 4th. 1 is still 1 times 1. We have the difference of two terms that are perfect squares. So we will write down the parentheses and factor the expression into x to the 4th plus 1 and x to the 4th minus 1. But don't stop there. The first factor cannot be factored any further, but look at the second factor, the difference. In x to the 4th minus 1, both terms are perfect squares. Since x squared times x squared is x to the 4th, x to the 4th is a perfect square. Write the first factor and factor this difference into two squares. Factor x to the 4th minus 1 into x squared plus 1 and x squared minus 1. Now look at the resulting difference. Yet again, both terms are perfect squares. Write the first two factors and factor this latest difference of two squares as x plus 1 times x minus 1. The resulting difference is not of two squares, so the factoring is now complete.
You are people. You are people of the devil. Evil spirit people. You are people of Satan.